I think we're at a really important inflection point where we are seeing the worldwide economy seized by a mismatch in talent on an order of magnitude that we haven't seen before. And that is requiring a lot of people to really scratch their heads and think about what needs to be done differently. And in fact, what we're finding is that you've got four key players sitting inside of what I like to think of as an employment ecosystem. You have education, you have the individual, you have government, and you have employers. And the number one thing that needs to happen in order to solve this talent mismatch is that the players across that ecosystem have to collaborate, they have to communicate and figure out how they will work together differently than they have before. Employers express demand. Educators are what puts supply into the pipeline. And employers have to do a better job of articulating not just in time, but projecting out what it is they're going to need over time. Governments have a role in making that information clear and transparent. We have a system in the US, the BLS does, nice 10-year projections, but in fact they actually lag. And that whole system really needs to be thought through in a different and more contemporary way that helps employers express demand at a point in time in a localized way so that local educators can really help skill up the population in a way that helps them move into jobs. Individuals have to have access to that transparent information sooner and more frequently in order to make better decisions about the kinds of career paths and education paths that will lead them to actual jobs and long-term employment. So everybody has a role to play, and in the future, folks are going to have to get really clear about what their roles are and how they can collaborate and come together in a system-like way to make the shift from a mismatch to a match of rightly skilled talent. So a question I frequently get asked when I'm talking to the education community is, how specific do I need to be about producing the kind of talent that employers tell me that they want? And employers say to me, why is it that when I talk to educators and I tell them exactly what I need, I don't get exactly what I need? Where's the mismatch in the understanding? And I share a couple of things because both parties have a really important role here. The educators need to be able to manage the tension between what employers say they want and what it is they really need. Because if they allow the conversation to revolve around the specifics of what someone says they need as a point-in-time skill, that talent will be redundant within a year, 2 years, 3 years, or they're going to have gotten so specific that they're missing the set of skills in the background that every employer says I still want. So, in fact, I was just having a conversation with a client the other day who said to me, in fact, I have people that know how to manage applications in software development, but I don't have people that are systemic thinkers and problem solvers. Why did that happen? And my conversation with them was, well, what did you tell your local universities from whom you recruit that you needed? And the response was, well, they had been very specific, but they had been specific to a fault. And the educators hadn't managed the tension to play back saying, this is what you say you want, but what you really will sacrifice if you get that specific is some of those soft skills. And even some of those hard skills that you're saying are maybe not important. Let's not forget you are building well-rounded students and citizens and not just people that can do one task or two tasks or three tasks.